Welcome back to Living Local. When you think of curb appeal, most people think of a well-manicured lawn or a fresh coat of paint on their house, but sometimes little changes can make big differences. Your mailbox can be one of the first things that people see when they approach your property. And today we are learning how you can upgrade your mailbox and instantly boost your home's charm and curb appeal. And joining us today is Ryan Kammerer, owner of QC Mailbox Pro. I want to thank you, Ryan, for being here. Welcome to Living Local.
Thank you.
I think this is so important, mailboxes. I know it seems such a simple change, but it can make a big difference for someone's home. Why did you decide to, start this business and your own company building mailboxes?
Well, driving around the Quad Cities, there's so many beautiful homes, and the mailboxes don't match.
No, they don't.
So it just, it's a simple idea, but a lot of thought went into it, and it's a great service to offer the Quad Cities.
And don't you think, it can make a big difference when it comes to curb appeal?
Yeah, obviously I'm biased on the situation, but it's the first thing people see when they look at your house. It's your mailbox, they pull up to your driveway, your mailbox is there. It's super important.
Yeah, and when it's, an old wooden mailbox and it's laying on the side, or it's,
nice landscaping, everything else looks really good, siding. And your mailbox looks like that.
It's crooked. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So talk to us about what kind of mailboxes you install and all the different options that you have.
Yeah, there's a ton of options. Anything mailboxes we do, there's wood, there's vinyl, there's metal, there's brick, there's stone. We specialize in brick and stone mailboxes, but obviously we do everything.
Okay, and I think we have some pictures of some of those mailboxes that you have put in. So here's like a basic mailbox, without the brick and the stone. I mean, that still looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It does. But you also can get it pretty elaborate for something like that, right? And put the house number on there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So that's kind of like your specialty, would you say?
100%.
Yeah. And so what is the process for someone if they're interested in a new mailbox? Should they call? Should they email? What's the process?
Yeah, give us a call, send us a text message, go on our website, put a request in. It's pretty easy. It's really quick to get something going and get on the schedule. We'll walk you through everything. We take care of everything. So it's a really easy process.
Okay. Do you primarily just stay in the Quad Cities?
Yeah, we're primarily in the Quad Cities, but about 100 miles radius is where we serve. So Iowa City, Coralville, even sometimes to the suburbs of Chicago for our specialty brick and stone ones. So we travel far, Dubuque, places like that.
Okay, so you're not the immediate Quad Cities. You'll go outside the Quad Cities. How do you help people though with that design process? Because people might think, oh, I need a new mailbox. I kind of want to upgrade. My house is curb appeal. How do they, and they don't know where to start?
Yeah.
You probably have a lot of ideas.
Yeah. So if someone calls and they say, we're looking at a brick stone mailbox, first thing I ask is, do you have brick and stone on your house?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to match that exact or very close to that if we're doing something like that. If we're doing something like metal, more basic, vinyl, wood, we're taking into consideration things like your siding color, your door color, your gutter color, all the accents of your house, and we can kind of shoot you in the right direction, but obviously you may have a color that you want or material that you want. We just kind of push you in the right direction of what's going to look best for your home.
Yeah, and you can get those house numbers put right on there too. Those are nice.
Yep.
Very important. And if someone has an older home and they're worried about matching, you say that's usually not a problem.
Yeah,
like matching their stone or brick.
Even if you have a HOA, we do matching HOA boxes, so if everyone has the same mailbox, we recreate exactly to what you have, so we do a really good job at that.
Okay, so how long does it take to typically install some of these mailboxes?
For a stone and brick mailbox, it's about 2 days total time, but for something basic, we're in and out an hour and 30 minutes. It's pretty quick.
Okay, so if someone says, oh, I would love to have one of these beautiful mailboxes, but it's going to take a couple of days. What about my mail? Are they still going to be able to get their mail? What about those Amazon packages, Come on, Ryan, we need those Amazon packages, right?
As we're working, we always put up a temporary mailbox. So this is only the case in brick and stone mailboxes where we're gone for a day, overnight. Okay. So we put a temporary mailbox up. You're going to get your mail. If the mail person comes by while we're working, we're going to take that mail, put it in the new mailbox for you. So, you're not going to miss any mail. But also, if, say, your mailbox got damaged by a snowplow, a driver hit it, anything that happened where you're not receiving your mail, we're going to come out immediately and put a temporary mailbox up until you can get on the schedule. So.
What a great service.
Yeah, we try our best.
Yeah, that's great. And what about warranty?
Yeah,
because a lot of people worry about that too.
Yeah, we provide a warranty on all of our products. All of our products that we use come with a warranty from the manufacturer, but we also warranty our posts that we install from leaning and moving and all that stuff, and also our brick and stone. You may see brick and stone column that's getting pretty old, it's leaning towards the street. Ours aren't going to lean, they're not going to go anywhere, and we warranty our concrete footing.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, and a lot of people think, oh, you know, I might be able to do this on my own, you know, a little DIY. But, you know, there's a lot of thought that goes into putting in a new mailbox. And I don't think a lot of people realize, you know, all those things that you have to think about. Why is it important for maybe having a professional like yourself do this instead of a DIY?
Majority of the time, it's a safety issue.
Okay.
Because to do a proper footing, to give you that warranty, we're digging deep in the ground. We're going 42 inches, 48 inches. We need it to be deep. And when you're digging that deep, you have utilities all in that area. Gas, electric, water, Metronet, all of that stuff, telephone, it's all right there. And you digging yourself can be very dangerous. And obviously we're very skilled. We've dug a lot of holes. We're very safe about it. We've never had any problems. Yeah, it's just a safety issue.
Okay, all right. And there are rules, you know, right? They have to, it has to be so far from the curb and things like that. And you guys know all of that.
100%. USPS standards, we're following that. Every single installation that we do a great job on that. We've never had any problems whatsoever. So.
Well, you do beautiful work. I love some of those pictures that we looked at and some of the work that you've done on those mailboxes. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right, for more information, you can go to QCMailboxPro.com. We'll also have all those details posted on ourquadcities.com.